What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy. I'm coming at you with a real quick video, and this is a different kind of Velma video where I'm not. I'll have the other one coming up later, but I'm not gonna have the whole IMDb, the Rotten Tomatoes, and all that for this one. No, I'm addressing BS said by Mindy Kaling. I'm addressing how disturbing some of the things that have come out of their mouths are, and why several of us did it, but why I 100% believe that this show the whole time was just a Mindy Kaling animated adventures. Why Mindy Kaling is more in control of this show, and why it 100% isn't Velma. And why it is extremely disgusting. There are things that I missed in my review that I'm going to address here as well. I did. I missed something in my review. I started thinking about it today. And we'll get to that. But first, Mindy Kaling claims Velma is an icon for young gay women and promotion of HBO Max's Velma series. Why? Why do people constantly want to make her a young gay woman? Why? Why? It doesn't make any sense. Can we not have the nerdy girl next door that you kind of want to get with that's kind of more attractive than Daphne? Let's be real. I always had a thing for Velma. She was that girl next door. Oh, but come on. We can't have something like that. No, it always has to be something different. You know, you can't have your nerdy girl next door. No, that has to be a guy. That has to be a guy. This also goes into... I'll save it for later. But there was a commenter in one of my Velma videos that was being honest. You know, he wanted to know more about the show and what mystery it is and what's causing the hallucinations and stuff. I have a theory that I said as a joke. Now I'm scared it's real. So let's get into it. You know, you got your New York Comic Con things that I've gone over. You know, this is a scare from Mindy Kaling where they are explaining why they decided to do the race swaps and why it's an adult show. This is a scary show with murders, she said. I think we've been inspired with the lot more scary teen shows of late, which is why the show is for adults. It wasn't really that scary and was stupid. She also indicated the show it was inspired by Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, especially when it came to modernizing and race swapping. That was an entirely different universe, though. That was a separate thing altogether. I get it. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Peter Parker is Peter Parker. But that's an alternate universe. You're trying to completely recreate the series. You're trying to do it with your own version. This isn't an alternate universe. This isn't an alternate timeline. This is you saying, this is their origins. This is their beginning. So you can't say, we were inspired by this because they did it over there, when that was a different universe altogether. Why not make the characters Indian? We've been so inspired by Into the Spider-Verse and seeing these other characters that can embody the spirit of these iconic franchises. Why don't we try that? We love Scooby-Doo so much, and we're going to honor it. Spider-Man's still Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Miles Morales. This is Mindy Kaling. Velma is Velma. Kaling went on to reveal why she decided to make Velma an Indian woman. I've already went over this before when she's talking about how, you know, you didn't get to see a lot of Indian girls and stuff like that. And okay, that were smart, wear thick glasses and stuff. Well, we still don't. We still don't see a smart Indian girl. We see a very dumb Mindy Kaling. Mindy, you're not that bright. She has a lot of these amazing qualities as a kid. I've said this in other videos where she's kind of just attacking Velma. She's attacking what Velma was and kind of bringing up, saying, well, I loved her as a kid, but because I couldn't see myself in her, I didn't like her, and we had to completely change her. That was what she was saying at the New York Comic Con. Uh, Kaling further testified on the choice to make it an animated adult show. We've loved what people have done with their own versions of it. Yeah. There's been other spoofs, interpretations, Gary on Friday Night Tights and Nerdrotic and all that. He showed off the Venture Brothers version. That was freaking funny. That was good. That was adult. Dark. But it was sufficiently changed enough that it didn't feel like a bastardization. Changing entire names, entire things. You had Groovy instead of Scooby, which uses the sword of Michael. That's funny as all hell. Anyways, but that's not this, though. You're trying to completely recreate the original team and make them weak. We felt this was a really interesting and fun way to make a different choice. And it felt worth doing because that hadn't been done before. But it had been done. Venture Brothers did it better. Other people have done it better. But they never bastardized the original creation. They might have spoofed it a little bit. They might have changed some things here or there. But they kept true to the characters. The major change was more from the original series into onto Zombie Island, where Fred started becoming more of a, not really a meathead, but just a little less observant, I would say. He was very much a one-track minded dude. He wasn't dumb. He liked what he liked. He was not very observant. That's all he was. He wasn't a bad dude. He wasn't a moron. Specifically addressing all the race swapping done in the show, Grandy said the whiteness of characters didn't feel integral to them. Except Fred. Fred just felt like a very white person. Kaling added, Fred had to be white. He's the whitest character in the history of television. Think back to what I said in my review about Fred and how he's a moron, how he's a baby, how he's been so privileged and pampered that he hasn't had to go through puberty yet. And he has a little teeny weeny wiener. How he's nothing more than a butt of all the jokes and he's pathetic. That's what they think here. That's them admitting how racist they are. How awful they are. This is not them saying anything good, especially after you see the first two episodes. It's awful for them to come out again. Rereading these things shows just how disgusting Mindy Kaling and Grandy are. These people are disgusting. Grandy appeared to also indicate the race swapping, specifically on Velma, was done to self-insert Kaling as the character, as reported by UPI. Grandy stated, when Mindy came to me, she said she wanted to do it. It was because she connected to her, because she was the girl who was the smart one, who does all the work and doesn't get nearly enough credit. I do all the work and I don't get enough credit. No, Velma got the credit. That was you justifying putting Mindy Kaling in there, who, she's not the smart one. She's really the moron. She thinks she's clever. In reality, she's not. Good chunk of her episodes she wrote for The Office were some of the worst ones. She is not good at anything. She's actually very annoying and grating. She's not great at anything. She's a very pathetic, self-centered narcissist. Oh, I love this one. I love this one. Just before we get into the guy, Kaling also indicated the reason they are describing the shows as aimed at adults is due to the situations they put the teenage characters in. I'm going to go into a point that I forgot to do. I didn't connect these two dots until later, and connecting it further now, today. They do something disgusting. I didn't fully connect something till Friday when people started pointing out that these were 15-year-old kids naked in the very first episode. Right out the bat, we got a shot of over-sexualizing 15-year-old girls. And then in the second episode, when Mindy Kaling's dad's all upset because he failed to represent Fred, so that nobody's ever going to hire him to represent gym instructors, gymnastic coaches. You know, that whole joke with the FBI thing where the gym instructor who did all that awful stuff to those kids for so long in front of their parents. You know that joke? Yeah, you can't make that joke if the episode prior you over-sexualize teenage girls. You can't make that joke. But this is their justification for why it's aimed for adults. It's really just the situations that they're in because it's geared towards adults. We can be more like teens who are 15, 16, or 17. What are those sorts of urges which you couldn't have in the show that was for younger kids? Oh! So, because of these urges that, hey, we all went through puberty. We all had these urges. Because of those urges, because we all went through puberty, we're just going to show them not caring. We're going to show them just going at their base desires and doing some very effed up stuff and say, hey, but it's for adults. We're going to over-sexualize kids and gear it for adults. What sick, twisted minds do you have that you think we want to see that? Oh my lord. To that end, Kaling claimed that Velma is an icon for gay women. Velma's self-discovery is a really big part of this series. We don't want to ignore that she's an icon for young gay women. And I think that's really interesting. Her figuring it out is a big part of the show and why it's really fun to do. Coming close to the end of the show now. Episode, video, whatever you want to call it. Go back to something I said at the beginning. Commenter said, all fairness, I'm going to give this dude some credit. I don't think he was a big fan of the show, but he pointed out something that he would like to see, Should have focused more on why is Mindy Kaling's character getting all these visions and all the hallucinations and having the attacks and stuff. And I initially said they don't know themselves, and we started back and forth, and then I said, you know what? All those hallucinations and stuff are because she's gay and she's repressing herself. I said that in a comment. It was a joke. I didn't know. I didn't think it was real, but at the same time, I'm like, this show's so awful, they'll probably do it. I think that's what's causing it. I think the reason Mindy Kaling is having the hallucinations where they're attacking her and stuff and freaking out is because she's repressed. Mark it here. If I'm right, I'm going to shout from the high heavens that these people have... I called it. I'm convinced those hallucinations aren't because of her guilt of her mom. It isn't because of this. It isn't because of that. It's because she's repressed. Remember what happened the 2 times the hallucinations went away. Norval confesses his love and she laughs at him. And then the other time, as you can see right here, Constance Wu kisses her. Constance Wu kisses Mindy. Obviously, she's repressed. And you get this lovely tweet here after all the gay. Velma and Daphne are lesbians and hashtag Velma the series. Of course they are. Of course they are. Otherwise, it's homophobic. You know what? I saw this dude. I think he's just being a troll right now, but for all I know, it could be true. Kaylee went on to indicate she's received significant support from Warner Brothers to push this on Velma. Not everyone would necessarily feel comfortable doing this, and we feel so lucky that Warner Brothers Animation was open to this. There it is. There it is. Now, I don't know if this is left over from the old regime, or if David Zaslav has just given up on canceling stuff and stopping stuff, or if this is just a trying to get as much money as possible. I don't know. You're failing because this was an awful show. Yeah, you got lucky. You got T. Louie coming out. T. Louie episode 1, everybody's praising, everybody loves. I thought it was middling at best. This show, though, the show's dog water. All that being said, guys, let me get your thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it out with your friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.